Well, I can tell you that I feel very sorry for the youth. For anybody that is 40 years and below, I actually feel sorry for them. Because they will have had a full blooming life. But what they have is an aberration of a bloom. And so when you are brought up in an environment where nothing works, where you are supposed to be very rich, okay, but you are living the life of a pauper, your life can never quite be straight. So, when you want to, yes, you are now, the youths are realizing that they have been shortchanged for so long. And they are doing the best they could do based on the training they've gotten. Because if you don't attend a good school, you don't quite have a parent that had a job and so you're not well brought up, the way you will answer to a simple question will be different from the way I will do. I am protesting by this interview. I am protesting by writing a book, okay, and writing more books. We want to call that standard protest, non-violent protest. But it's because I'm privileged to have gotten a bit of education, okay? So if the government has not given the youths any education, and they have to educate themselves, then they speak a language that is based on their own training. Even though we won't advise that they risk their lives and go into actions that would cause further pollution of the environment and risk their limbs and their lives. However, the government must learn to be proactive. And the way to go right now is to make sure that the economy is booming, to make sure that there are jobs available for the parents and for the youths, to make sure that there are normal schools that will absorb these people and have them trained so that they can have gainful lives. Anything short of that means you keep getting what they call sorrows, tears, and blood. Yes, I think this bit is important to note that in spite of all I've said, yes, Shell has tried to micromanage our government, but Shell or Chevron or Ajip or L, for any of them, it's not a substitute for government. Okay, so the federal government of Nigeria is still supposed to be the government of Nigerians. You understand? So they are supposed to provide electricity, right? Supposed to provide roads, supposed to provide education, supposed to provide jobs, supposed to provide a bustling economy. It's supposed to provide security. And when I mean security, it is not the presence of uniformed people. It is the absence of them. Once you have uniformed people everywhere, it shows there is no security. When the people are so comfortable, when their economy is so good, where nobody cares about your Sienna, for example, that is security. Okay? Nobody bothers about your Sienna. Your Sienna does not look like a car. That is security. It is the government that's supposed to do that. So yes, because we have Shell just by us, and we know that they've been manipulating the government, we tend to feel that it is their job to provide us roads and maybe houses, provide us wives to marry and so on and so on. Not really. It is because the government has failed resoundingly for decades in doing what they were supposed to have done. As a matter of fact, the schools in the 70s and 80s are even better than what we have today. It's a shame for government, for government to be there and then things degenerate from something manageable to what we now call nonsense, glorified nonsense. I thought I should underscore this fact that, yes, our venom is targeted or directed at the oil companies because we see them, we know what they do behind. But the government must wake up at all levels, federal, state, and local government. But particularly the federal government that deals with these guys directly.